The first use case that you had was all about content, building AI agents to help content creation by uploading a bunch of context. Talk to us about that agentic content opportunity and how that's going so far.
So we are, I divided this in two steps. So what's already built and it's in a testing mode is the quick fix. And that's where people write content themselves, but then they add the add-on that has the guidelines and then has the instructions. And we also analyze the good and bad emails, good and bad landing pages. So it has the comparison and analysis of what good is and what bad is. And bad is based on the sent emails and the conversion rates
Mm,
from those emails. Plus, it's also then like our email team's judgment on like good and bad, especially in the copy. And the landing page is also based on the conversion rates from actual performance. And so that system like works with now like different API keys. Well, like Claude has been like the best that we've tested so far. So you have a document, you enable this add-on, and it scans the text and it gives you the summary and the verdicts. Like needs a lot of work, and then explains why. And in the first iteration, it was rewriting the sentences and suggesting this, but then we figured out that it's only as good as the initial piece because it
mm.
would not delete the sentence, but like maybe sentence should not be there. So it's like if you give it, will give you like I hope I can say this in a
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah, yeah.
So it will give you like a bit better version of the same, but not anything that is like radically higher in quality. So that's why it's better to still educate the human. Like this is what's not great, this is what's great, and then have them still think because like AI just like very quickly, as if like well with the Google Maps people don't think where they're going. It's like the same with AI. If AI writes for you, you kind of like stop thinking. That eventually would be like a huge problem, I think. So that's like where we are at this point, where there's an add-on for Google Docs. It's in testing mode, and
Mm,
it will probably release by the end of next week.
very
Uh,
cool.
and so second is this huge writing uh, automation. And it all starts with a Google form, like not a Google form, but N8N form, where now the enterprise clients of N8N, like as the like most popular, it's I don't know, not affiliated, like paying a lot for it, but like it's one of the tools that enables like a lot of like it's just a connector.
Mhm.
And so it has a form, so people would fill in the form, then it goes and then like searches this big database where we have knowledge base, blog articles, we have USBs, we have uh, transcripts of calls, like well anonymized, but like anything, every wow moments about our product and how like what people like, and also jobs to be done, like a lot of like product marketing stuff.
Mhm.
So then it would kind of produce the content, and that's where the tough part is that now I am finding and vetting the content writers who would be overqualified content writers. So I'm looking for heads of marketing, heads of growth. And so I would have them in the Slack channel, and the Slack bot would take that copy that was written with our guidelines, with everything to that channel. And then someone from those people will take that, and then they will have like, well, they will be editing the document, and then they would click finish, and only then the person would receive the document. So um because I still think it's good, like we can constantly tweak it better, and of course the AI system would be training on edits that my editors would be doing, but it's like it's still this is the sea of sameness,
Mhm.
and that's where I maybe I wanna joke somewhere.
Mhm.
Maybe it needs to, like it needs to be less, well, content dense.
Yeah, yeah.
It just people needs to, like, a person needs to judge this and edit this.
Very cool. So there's like two main, I guess, like systems that you have in place. So the first one is a human writing the first draft, and you have this add-on where you're getting feedback on where to improve that writing, and that's AI. And then the second system is kind of flipped. You have AI writing the first draft based on a lot of context and information that you're giving it, and then that's going to a subject matter expert, and that person is tweaking AI's first draft. So as you're like talking about this, like we want to chat about like human in the loop, but like the next version of this, I'm almost seeing like the two systems at some point just removing the human from that loop. Like if you have one system that is coming up with that first draft and it's getting to a point that it's really good, and the other system
Yeah.
is editing that first draft and it's getting really good, like at what point do you think that, we don't need the human in the loop anymore? Like, how do you balance that manual effort currently involved today to train the system and where that's kind of going? Is that where you're kind of thinking?
Yeah, in a year, like in less than a year.
Mm,
But it also just well, AI is sort of like, everyone said that it was like, a great equalizer. It's not an equalizer at all.
hmm,
Just senior people are using that really like well. Junior people are already falling behind because no one really wants to train the juniors. Like everyone wants
yeah,
the seniors. This is also like a huge um, discussion point because I think that we will have a lot of new industries, and that's like I'm talking like I'm taking us off track.
don't do it.
Yeah, but yeah, there will be huge, like there will be a lot of new industries formed by people who would not be able to find their place like in the current work
Hmm.
universe because like no one wants to train them. AI does it better. So what they do, like if we have millions of people just like hanging out together and then think, they have their needs, and this will be a good moment where like a lot of new economies will be formed with like millions of people there. And that's where I would feel left behind again, because with
Hmm.
my like advanced AI knowledge, I would not know anything about what's happening in like in another universe.